Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm your host, Veteran Mountain Man, and this is another Prepared Monday. And I wanted to talk to you today about your spring waterproofing. See, if you're like me and you're going to be heading out into the elements here in the next month or so for serious outdoor activities, including camping, fishing, hunting, or whatever, you're also going to realize that you need to keep the water off your gear. And while there are some great ways to do that, nothing beats good old-fashioned waterproofing. Now, when I say good old-fashioned, I'm not necessarily talking about water wax bars and canvas. I mean, I've got some of that stuff, and I use it on certain materials because it just works best, especially like my canvas hat. But what I'm talking about is just applying a coat of protectant on your gear that will allow your gear to stay dry on the inside. Now, and while in this day and age you can buy wet weather bags to line your backpack or, waterproof coats, there realistically is something satisfying about an older canvas coat or an older style coat like the Carhartts. And if you're like me, you prefer the old outer canvas rucksacks. And there's nothing wrong with actually waterproofing these items, is it will give you a secondary layer of defense against the moisture. So realistically, you should outer waterproof and then have an inner waterproofing barrier as well. So I wanted to make sure that everyone was reminded that it is time to go ahead and do your pre-spring waterproofing for your outdoor gear, because we are going to be getting to a point where you're going to need it and need it quickly. And the rains are not going to be finished. Now, if you need to use that equipment or gear within the next 42 hours or so, it's too late to waterproof it. You should have already done it beforehand, which is part of the reason why I'm reminding everyone now. I will actually be getting my tent out here shortly, laying it out flat and spraying down the upper areas as well as the rain fly to make sure that water sheets off my tent instead of water just hitting my tent. Because the important thing is to make sure that you've got that multi-layer rain barrier that will keep you dry so that your gear doesn't rot, so that you can stay comfortable, and so that you can enjoy your outdoor activities without having to worry about, damp skin and fungal infections and things of that nature, because nobody wants a horrible case of trench foot because they went out hunting. So remember to do your pre-work, and that pre-work should be done now as we are getting ready for the season for it. Well, if you want to know what I use for my nylons and my polyesters and things of that nature, I actually use Camp Dry from Kiwi. There are some other silicone barriers out there that are just as good. The 3M stuff is pretty good, and the generic Camp Dry, which is Wick Dry, is okay. But I actually prefer the original Camp Dry from Kiwi. As for my natural fibers, such as canvas, cotton, duck, that kind of stuff, I actually use Otter Wax, which is made in Portland, Oregon, which is a classic linseed oil beeswax mix. Waterproofing, and you can actually find it online. They make a really good canvas cleaner as well, and they also offer a lot of good old world material care products, so check them out. Well, thank you all again for joining me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, or thumbs up and subscribe if you're on Speak Out. Also, don't forget you can catch me on the other social media sites down below, and as always, have a great Monday.